Yo, what's up? This is Moises Saldierna, and I recently graduated from U.S. Grant. I am an All-Stater, All-City player, and I will be playing an All-State game June 9th at 8 p.m. in Bishop Kelly. And this is the Mas and Futbol podcast.
Yo, welcome back to the Mas Futbol podcast, the number one soccer podcast in South Oklahoma City. I am your host, Ricardo Yoa, and with me later will be Paulo. He's super late today, but he's going to show up. He said we could start without him, so we're going to go ahead and get this show started. I want to say thank you to the Legacy Real Estate Group. They are the sponsor of the location today. We're shooting up in a studio. And if you need a house, Legacy Real Estate Group is the way to go. My tia Rossi is great. My tia Vero's awesome. And they hooked me up with my house. And I kid you not, it was a smooth experience. So definitely hit up Legacy Real Estate Group. And also, Selva, yeah. They're doing pop-ups all over the city now that summer's kicked off 100%. So check them out on their Instagram. They normally post their schedules and their pop-ups on there as well. Selva, bring one plant to your house at a time to build your own selva. And with me today, I have a guest. This guest is graduated as a senior from U.S. Grant. He's going to be playing the All-State game next week. His name is Moises
Saldierna.
Saldierna. What's up, man? How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Good.
I'm really good. I appreciate you jumping onto the podcast, man.
Yo, I'm really excited.
What made you want to jump on the podcast?
I don't know. I just never been in one.
Never been in one?
No.
This is your first one?
Yo,
What do you think?
it's dope.
We got it going on
Yeah.
a little bit. We're figuring it out.
And it's dope since you said it's a new one, like new location.
New location, yes.
Yo,
A ver qué sale. Maybe we need a table. I think things could get rearranged a little bit, but yeah, and then we'll have a TV so we can play FIFA against our guests and whatnot. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. We'll figure it out. But Moy, can I call you Moy?
Yeah, you can call me Moy.
What do you go by?
Moises.
Moy?
Yeah.
Moy rolls off the tongue a little easier for me. I
Yeah.
know a few Moys. But Moy, tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I recently graduated from U.S. Grant. I got nominated to be in the second team for All City. I got also All State. I had 10 goals and 8 assists this year with my team. I mean, it's really hard, especially when it comes from 6A, to get all that stuff, because there's a lot of talent out there. So for me to get all those things, it's like really
It's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, it's really
so
big.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And you said you have the All-State game coming up, right?
Yeah, the All State's coming up
That is next week.
next week, the 9th on Thursday.
Next week, the
Yeah.
9th on Thursday. And that's in Tulsa, right?
Yeah, that's in Bishop Kelly High School.
Bishop Kelly, nice. There's only one All-Stater out of Grant this year?
Yeah, there's only one.
Nice,
Only
and
one
that
got
was you.
nominated.
Congratulations. And
Yeah.
you play forward or
Now I play center midfield.
center midfield?
Yeah.
And you still got 9 goals.
Yep.
That's a lot. That's good, man.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Well, like I said, it's like really like it's really big. Like especially coming from 6A, because all those tough teams,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard.
Yeah, and considering that there's only, I think, 2 teams in the city that play 6A. It's Northwest Classen and U.S. Grant. Every other team.
And Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill does 6A as well?
Yeah, they have like been on and off like with 5A and 6A.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6A is no joke.
Yep.
There's a lot of competition out there, man.
Yeah.
And are you nervous for the All-State game?
I mean, not really. As long as I go and do what I'm supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
I should be good.
Do you play club?
Yeah, I play club.
Where do you play at?
I play with Esencial FC.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to my boy Jason, if you're watching this.
Nice. Shout out to Jason.
Yep. And yeah, what can I say? We're probably the best club here in Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Just because we're like the first team to win and be in Classic League Division 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're looking pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Your season just ended, right?
Yeah, our season just ended.
How'd you guys do this season?
Well, I mean, we were in Division 2 for Classic League last year.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, we did good and finished off really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
So we made it to Division 1. So it really depends. Like, you have to be top 2 teams from each league.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you get pushed.
Promoted.
Yeah,
basically.
promoted up.
What kind of teams are you playing against?
We're playing against, like, Houston Legends. We're playing honestly, they're really tough teams in Texas. And
So you're basically only playing Texas teams.
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Texas is just a whole different level than
Yeah,
the Oklahoma
there's
teams,
really
aren't
good
there?
teams out there, yeah.
Who else plays on that Essential team? I know a few of them won state with the Santa Fe South boys, right?
Yeah, we got some, my boy Enrique,
Mm-hmm.
Haide,
Mm-hmm.
Pascual,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Juan Martinez. We got a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And we also got a couple from Southeast, my boy Jose. I mean, we just got a lot of players from everywhere.
That's nice, man.
Yeah.
And all the guys that you named are top tier. They're ballers, man.
Yeah, they are ballers.
So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So for this, like, now that you graduated high school, well, first tell me, like, how did you fall in love with soccer? Like, who brought it into your life? Did your dad play? Did you have a relative?
Oh, yeah. I was like 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My dad put me in the indoor team. And from there, I used to play forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I like really like scoring goals. And from there, I just fell in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept playing.
Did your dad play?
Yeah, my dad played.
Nice.
He's also a ref.
He refs too?
Yeah, he
Where?
refs. Yeah, you probably see him at Utah. His name is like Juan.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people know him by Juan.
Are you going to be a ref too?
Nah, hopefully
you
not.
can't be a ref.
No.
So you respect refs then?
Yeah, I respect refs.
Good.
So I like whenever all these people talk,
Start
I
mouthing
just,
off to them.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it tends to happen, but we have to respect our refs.
yeah,
There's a ref shortage right now.
Yeah,
So
there
you've
is.
probably seen that there's some games that get canceled because they don't have refs.
yep,
And, I mean, some people ask themselves, why would I even want to be a ref?
Yeah.
Like, your dad, what type of qualities does your dad have to make him a good ref?
I mean, well, it's just that he's like a certified ref.
Mm.
So he goes every year and does his exam
Okay.
for
That's good.
like to be a ref. He refs high school games, college games.
Really?
Yeah, he does all that stuff.
Nice,
type
dude.
of stuff.
What are you going to do when you start seeing him on TV?
I don't know. Hopefully he invites me to the games.
Is that where he wants to go? Does he want to keep going with his refereeing?
Well, I think right now he's just like chilled out because that's like his little side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say he does it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if he wants to keep going up.
He probably can't ref any of your games, right?
Well, he has. Last
Yeah.
year, he would ref my high school games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think they stopped once they found out he was my
Yeah,
dad.
of course. Like, that's his dad. And he
Yeah.
was probably the middle ref or the...
Yeah, he would be the center ref and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, that sucks. But, I mean,
Yeah.
we're in the ref shortage, so you got to do what you got to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Look what the cat dragged in.
Finally here, dude.
You're late, bro. What happened?
It's just one of those bad mornings where, like, first of all, you're like, the way gas is right now, I'm like super at E, and I'm just kind of been like leaving it to.
So you had to pump gas.
I had to go pump gas.
You're one of those, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm one of those guys.
What about you, Moya? Do you like to fill up your gas tank, or do you just leave it on E?
I just don't really care.
Yeah,
I'm just whatever.
I'm like, if it's on E, then God be with me, you know. But I had to do that, and then yesterday we went to go eat pretty late, and I think it messed me up. So it's like rough morning all around, but
No,
we're here.
No. Well, if you need a restroom, it's downstairs to the left, okay?
Perfect.
But this is Moy.
Well, nice to meet you.
Grant,
Nice to meet you, too.
senior, graduated, making the All-State game next week.
Exciting.
9 goals as a center mid. Dice que la va a la América. I don't know. Do you for real?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's a rough start.
That's a rough start right there.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding. I guessed that one too. But he was just telling me about how his dad's a ref.
Oh,
And
really?
he
Where
refs
at?
at Utah, and he's refed a
Okay.
couple high school games and college games, and he's even refed some of his games. And we were just sharing some stories about how that could cause some problems. You know?
Yeah, that's very interesting. How would that play out?
Yeah, no. But the moral of the story is that we got to be good to our refs, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with the shortage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you, what are you going to do now that you graduated high school? Do you have any
Well,
plans, Moy?
Now that I graduated, I've been thinking about going to college to play,
Mhm.
but I've been talking to my coach from club, and like he said I still got 1 more year in me playing club. So I think I might just go to my local like OCCC right here down the street and keep playing club, and hopefully get looked at from there, from playing club.
That's an interesting way of taking it. What do you think, Paulo?
I mean, yeah, it's actually very interesting. I think the club world really does have its connections when it comes to like playing at the collegiate level. I've never heard somebody take this path.
I think the reason he would go that path is to not lose one of his years of eligibility in
Yeah.
college. Since he
Yeah.
can still play club, he can do some classes, play
Yep.
club, and then still be eligible as a freshman probably
Yeah, and that's good because you could also take some of those courses that
to get ahead. Maybe
to get ahead and kind of beat that system for your first year. And you kind of get that first sense of college of like, what is it going to take? Like, it's going to take time, organizing your life and this and that. And then like if you go into that with just like soccer on top of it, it just becomes like super overwhelming for some people. So I think you have like a good, starting point for yourself with just going to CCC, getting some basics done, and then seeing where the road takes you down the line.
Wow. Do you have any goals on where you want to play? Like D1, D2?
Oh, D1 for sure.
D1, definitely D1.
Yeah. Probably Tulsa University.
Mm-hmm.
Here, like close.
Yeah.
I don't want to go very far from home.
Because it is complicated. But it is also good to go far away too, because then it also allows you to dedicate yourself 100% and you're not with distractions. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So Paulo went to go play at St. Greg's. I did a few years at Mid-America.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be done, bro. I think you're going to be able to do that. Do you do any personal trainings on the sides or anything like that?
Yeah, I be training with Frau.
With Frau?
Yeah, he be training me. Shout
Nice.
out to my boy Frau.
Tell Frau to come on.
Yeah.
And Cookson. I'm going to have Cookson on too one day.
Yep.
So tell me about the season that you had this year. Like, how'd it go from the beginning?
I mean, honestly, starting my senior year, I didn't think my season would come this fast. But once my season hit,
It's already over.
Yeah, it's already over. Like, I was just thinking about, like, my first day of being a senior.
Mm-hmm.
And then once my first game got here, the next game got here, and then the next. I mean, we started really good as, like, we had to rebuild a whole different team because last year's team, we lost, like, a couple, like, starters. I think it was, like, 8 or 9 starters.
Wow. That's the whole team. You lost the whole team.
And we were pretty good last year, too. But, yeah, we had to rebuild. And, like, every game we just took it as, like, learning each other and stuff. Yeah.
What was the record that you guys ended the season with?
I don't remember, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
I think you guys didn't know if you guys were going to make playoffs, though.
Yeah.
And it came down to, what, the last game?
No, well, we had already lost, what was it? I think 3 games.
You lost the last 3 games of district?
No, we went in the playoffs losing 3 games.
Okay.
And we had to win every other game from that point.
Against who did you lose against?
We lost against, I think, honestly, we had the toughest bracket. We had Mustang and Norman North that we lost.
Those they made it to the final. So.
Yeah.
What's that say about them? And then you ended up playing playoffs against
Deer Creek.
Deer Creek, which is another solid team, too.
Yeah, honestly, I think they should have been in the playoffs.
Deer Creek?
Yeah, they have a good team.
Who did they lose to?
They lost to Mustang.
Mustang. That was a close game, though. Wasn't it like an in Mustang, too? I think it was in Mustang. Dude, 6A, it's just 6A.
No, it was in Deer Creek.
Was it in Deer Creek?
Yeah, that game.
6A is just different, man.
Yeah.
6A is rough.
You played 5?
4.
4A? I also did 4A.
And then we moved up to 5A my senior year.
And then what happened?
And then we went up to Bishop Kelly. That was a whole different experience.
R.I.P. after that.
Yeah, dude, it was rough. It's
like,
just kind of like it's like you go and like the campus is just huge.
Bishop Kelly's like Bishop McGinnis or
no. Bishop McGinnis is very small
compared to Bishop Kelly.
Yeah, Bishop McGinnis is like tiny.
Nah, I have not been.
You're about to though, right?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Bishop Kelly is huge. It's like all those schools in Tulsa are massive.
Tulsa Union,
huge.
It looks like a college campus.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And like you pull up and you're just like, where am I? Because you're like used to like playing like at Spiegel or you're used to like playing at small little but then these places are massive. So anything above, like anything in Tulsa is a big place just because Tulsa's massive.
So overall, you're still living out the last few days of your senior season, huh?
Yep.
How are you taking it now? Just day by day, training every day?
Yeah, I just been training. I don't know. A lot of people have given up already.
Yeah,
like
that have made the All-State games, or
that have made the All-State games. Like they just want to play that game and move on. Yeah,
not you.
Not me.
Even savoring every minute. You're gonna go train after this, probably.
Yeah, probably.
You should.
Yeah.
How many goals are you gonna get in the senior game? Have you set any goals for how you want to?
Hopefully I get a goal and assist.
A goal and an assist. Do they give out like an MVP of the game?
No, they're it's kind of just like you go and you play and that's about it.
Have I given you guys this far-fetched Futbol Factory idea? It would be cool if they had like an NBA All-Star game weekend for soccer.
Yeah.
For like an All-State game kind of thing, you know?
But like a weekend type of thing.
Like a weekend thing type of thing. Like maybe
skills challenges.
Skills challenge. We can have like a free kick net with some bars up there with depending on what hole you scored in, you get a few points.
Yeah.
And they're like a dribbling skills competition. I'll go see where you can get like 3 or 4 games that get players to accumulate points, and at the end of it, we award them with the XYZ award. But the point of that would be to kind of like make it fun. Like,
Yeah.
The All-State game is great. You know, I didn't get to play in it. I could have, but it's just, I think we could do more with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it should just be like one 90-minute game and just forget about it. I think you've already worked so hard for 4 years. I think it should be more than just like.
What do you think, Moy? Does that sound cool?
Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, like your idea.
Yeah.
But
they're just like, nah, just keep it a game.
Yeah.
But keep it a buck and just. Nah, but I mean, that'd be kind of.
It'd be kind of cool. Yeah, like all the different vibes from everywhere.
¿Qué opinas? What do you think?
I mean, I think what you think is a good idea.
Yeah.
Like have the like once a week, like have the like best 5 or best squad, like best 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
Come up with like something like that too.
Yeah.
It's not every day that we get to sit in front of a high schooler who's a senior.
This is true.
Who's made the All-State game, so he's definitely a baller to be able to plug and ask you questions because I'm 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I could miss the boat. It sounds old now, huh?
It sounds very old.
But, you know, just take it where you can.
This is true.
You have any questions for Moy?
Kind of growing up, what was like your like, where did you play? Like what parks do you remember? What's the earliest memory you have of like, oh, this is where like I fell in love with the game?
Well, like I was telling him earlier, I started when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
And my dad had put me like in the indoor team.
Okay.
And I
You started at indoor?
Yeah, I started at indoor.
There's so many stories we hear
I
where
say
people
probably,
starting at
yeah,
indoor.
That's where you first started.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Okay.
And I didn't play midfield. I played forward.
Okay.
And scoring goals like made me fall in love with the sport.
What forward would you say you named your game after as a 9-year-old?
I looked up to like Chicharito and like
Chicharito?
Messi. Yeah.
Chicharito.
Chicharito was like big, like very big back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Should they take Chicharito back?
He's still big now. But
He's still big. He's a
still
legend.
big.
Should they take him back to the selección? Okay.
I mean, I think they should.
You should.
They do need like a
lethal
goal machine.
Come on
Experience.
now. Who you got there? Who you got there right now? Nobody.
Furis Mori.
Absolutely nobody's. So you started at ISA, and then from there you just like, did you play any outdoor, or was it more
Well,
consistent indoor?
Yeah, it was more consistent indoor. And then I went to my first team, which was Northwest Optimist. That's where I played at for
NWO.
How old were you when that happened?
probably like 9 or 10.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
still pretty early.
Yeah, I only played like 1 year. And then from there I went to Cosmos.
Okay.
Yeah, for a couple like years. And then that's when Essential started.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard about it. And I went to the tryout.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I made the tryout. And then so that's where I'm at right now.
Essential.
Tell me a little bit about Essential, because I hear a lot about it. I know a lot of good players that play for it, but what makes Essential different from other clubs and teams?
Part of the chemistry we have is like no other team.
Mm.
And the bond we have as a team is really good. So it really like makes us play as a team more.
What else makes the team different?
Well, just how everybody has a connection with each other. And we all like, everybody on that team is ballers.
Mhm.
Like there's nobody on that team that like ain't like a true baller. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows what they're doing on that field.
I think the only Essential player that I know is Bautista.
Yeah,
Jose Bautista. That guy is cracked.
He named like 6, 7 of them.
Well, the one that I would know, because I know him from Southeast, and he's also an All-Stater.
Someone.
Dude, but that guy's Essentials. Yeah, they're pretty cracked at what they do.
So one more season at Essential then?
Yeah, this one more season.
What do you? I mean, this is gonna be a different season then, no?
Yeah, and what's special about the season at the end? Because this is the last year for Essential.
That group?
Yeah, no, the whole.
Oh, so
club.
it's just that team.
Yeah. And we're going to end it off playing a tournament in Paris.
Oh, really? That's
Yep.
good. That's just to go out like that.
Yep, just finish it off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the tournament?
I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
Probably if you contact my coach, he probably
Let us
he
know.
would know.
Nice, dude. Imagine.
France, imagine.
Oui.
Mbappe.
Bonjour.
Speaking of France, he just lost to Denmark yesterday or the day before.
Like I was mentioning to him, dude, those teams, those European teams, the Switzerlands, the Denmarks, the Norways, they can be tough foes to be playing against sometimes, man.
Yeah, just don't make the comparison of like the Denmarks to like the Mexicos. Like I knew that's probably where
you can't compare,
I knew that's where you're gonna like
you
try
can't
to take
compare
it.
them, huh? Because
No.
Mexico's just on another level.
They're not.
They're on another level, dude.
They're not. But
don't you come on my podcast and start bad mouthing Mexico, because I'll cut your mic so fast, bro.
dude, I'm just letting
So
you know.
fast.
I'm just letting you know right now how
So
it is.
fast.
Like Mexico is trash.
Well, look,
Stop
man.
cutting my mic.
Mexico. I think Mexico's going to do good. Though. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
I think Argentina. I
Argentina?
got Argentina.
They looked really good, dude.
Yeah.
I think that they're the Di Maria Messi show.
Yep.
What do you think, Paulo? I'm sorry, bro. Hold on.
I think Argentina, when they played Italy, that was a whole different Argentina. Like, that was prime 2008 Messi, to be honest with you. Though he just shrugged off that guy and put it down for Lautaro to score. Tell me that you weren't like reminiscing, like, oh my god,
That's
what
because
is this?
And here I was watching like the highlights with my wife, going, "Ooh, dang!" Like, it's funny. I don't normally make those noises, but like just trying to explain it to her, like the way he was playing.
It brought you back.
It brings me back, but not only that, but you have to be a soccer player to be able to appreciate some of the things that he did. Like on that play too, to be able to fake it and then turn left, and then not only that, but put yourself in front of the player, and then still have the strength.
And the guy is still bigger than you, more likely stronger than you, and for you to have that ability to just
to keep that ball right there and then just play a dime down the middle. Like to her, it was just like he just took it on the line and passed it. But to me, I was just like, yo, like, ay, dude, Messi.
Yeah, but then like somebody on social media usually does like all the, brings up the stuff like the comparisons whenever, because Messi and Ronaldo are now tied with 2 international trophies.
Oh,
that's the biggest.
They just invented this one for Messi to win, I guess.
That's what everybody's saying. And it's just like, when Portugal won the Euros in 2016, they were like, did Portugal really deserve to win the Euros? Because like the way they played, right? Yeah. And now everybody's like, oh, Messi. Like, people are calling this trophy a friendly. It's like a friendly between Italy and Argentina. But
it wasn't played like a friendly, huh?
It was not played like a friendly. Argentina completely destroyed Italy.
And the beauty of those games and the ones that we have had, it just makes me like excited to see now that international football's coming back.
At the Nations League?
Yes. Yep. So the World Cup's going to be different. It's going to be different.
Who do y'all got in the World Cup?
Mexico, bro. Argentina and Brazil.
I don't know we were aligned to each other right now. I don't know. Right now it's super tough to call. Like, I mean, Belgium just got destroyed by the Netherlands.
They did.
Like, what is that? France loses to Denmark and like.
But así es el fútbol, bro.
Yeah.
Like, once the World Cup starts, it's different.
I think it's hard to call. I mean, because there's so many good teams. Like, Argentina has a good team. Portugal has a good team, even though they lost or they tied to Spain.
Give me 3.
Like,
Give me 3.
You have to go with France. Well, you have to, and then you don't have to, because there's like that curse, of winning the World Cup, and then the next year you're out in the group stages. But France is like, they're insane. Like, they're all super fit, all ballers. It is what it is. But then I think Portugal has a really good side too.
So that's 2.
That's 2.
Okay, who's your 3?
I have to go with.
Yeah, bro, you're taking forever, man.
You gotta go with Brazil.
Brazil. Okay, what about your 3?
I got Argentina, Brazil, and France.
And France?
Yeah.
Ours is almost the same, but I got Mexico. So.
Over who?
Over everyone else. Siempre.
Yeah.
Siempre, bro. Siempre.
This guy, bro. If Cavani, who's a bench player for United, comes in.
That wasn't our full 11, though.
Oh, sure.
That wasn't our full 11. That was a really defensive 11 with Guti and Alvarez on there, man.
Now, question. Since we all love soccer so much, should Edson Alvarez be playing as a CDM or should he be playing as a center back?
I think he should be pushed to play up a little bit offensively, to be honest with you, because I think he has it in him.
I think he's more of a center back type of role. I don't think he has what it takes to
not with Mexico
break the lines and then play. I don't think. I think he has to be center back.
His defending is very good.
Mm-hmm.
So center back would be like, because he's tall, strong, get balls out. But like for him to be that, because to play CDM, you have to get the ball and then be able to like.
But it gives him the freedom to move up a little bit.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get that as a center back, and that's why
I think.
But
then look at our center backs. I mean, who do we got as center backs? Who are strong center backs for Mexico?
We got them, bro. They're out there.
There's Cesar Montes. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine shifting Edson back but then you have to figure out who you're gonna play at CDM. Who would you play at CDM?
Guti.
That'd be a good option. But I think we should drop Tecatito in them because they're
sorry, bro. We haven't had Hector Moreno playing in a while. Like it's all good. Like, these are just trial runs. Like they're gonna give Hector Moreno his chance. He's the one that moves it up top.
Now, do you keep Ochoa or what?
No.
What?
Long time ago, bro. Like, nah. Long time ago, dude. He's not... Look, and from an America person, he just hasn't been playing good compared to the other goalies that have been playing good. Like, I get it. He's earned his spot. But if you're going to have Memo in there, then you should have Chicharito up there for the exact same reason.
Oh, well, yeah. Because they both played really well when it comes to the national team. But, I mean, just look at what Cota did against Nigeria.
Yeah,
Cota that can't happen.
Cota was never up to be a starter for the World Cup.
And Talavera this past game, he should have. So, like, who you going to play?
The long-haired guy. ¿Cómo se llama?
Acevedo? He's too young, bro. He's too young for moments like that.
Trust me. Have you ever heard the saying, don't take advice from people that... Or don't get offended by people you wouldn't take advice from. I don't know why I'm listening to you, Paulo.
I'm just saying,
I don't know why I'm listening to you about Mexico,
look at
bro.
it. Cota is a champion. He's won the league with Mexico. He's done things, whatever. Talavera is also a champ, I believe. Acevedo hasn't really done much, and he's like 26 or whatever. He's still a young player. Really hasn't played at a big level.
But give me the best goalie in his moment, though. That's what I want.
Right now?
Yeah,
well, he's got to be Acevedo. But in the league.
And it's all right, bro. That's where I stand. We're going to agree to disagree on this one, right?
This is
true. So we can just move on.
This is true. But what would be the best formation that you yourself would like to play? Like, you're like, this is where I feel comfortable. Like, are you more of a defensive player, an attacking player, or what?
I really like scoring goals, so I'm probably
very much attacking.
Yeah.
So like a 4-3-3 type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You play FIFA?
Yeah, I play FIFA.
What's your FIFA team?
Like, what do you mean? Like
who do you pick whenever you just do like just a quick game against somebody?
PSG.
What a rat. What a rat.
Who do you pick?
This guy's like picking the super ultimate, dude.
Who do you pick?
I pick City.
Another rat. Another super team.
No, that's not a super team.
Nah,
well, I mean, it is
PSG on
PSG on FIFA.
Cracked.
Mbappe, Neymar.
Anybody that gets the ball is
Messi,
automatic.
Come on.
Automatic.
On FIFA, it's just like automatic. It's just like you're not going to lose that game.
What about my ultimate team?
My ultimate team is cracked.
Who do you have on? Do you play ultimate team?
Yeah.
Who's on your ultimate
My probably
team?
best player is probably Conte.
Conte?
Yeah, I don't really play that much.
Who's your best player?
My best player right now?
Right now, this guy. Always.
Right now is the the player of the month, La Liga, Karim Benzema.
Oh, you got a Karim? How'd you get that?
You just do the SBCs, the squad building challenges that you have to do, and then you get to play.
So you play a lot of FIFA, huh?
Not a lot, but I mean, we do play weekend league, like the Foot Champs. That be getting intense.
And to be able to qualify for those, you got to play a lot of FIFA, huh?
No, it changed. So you mentioned that you were 30.
Yeah.
So the game has changed since probably.
I'm just trying to figure out why you're always late to the podcast, bro. I'm raffling things here.
Because I was playing Foot Champs. No. So back in the day, like 2 years ago, you had to play all these games, like 20-something games, and then you had to get a certain
you had to win
to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's different, where it's just like you have to win like 5 games, and then you qualify. But you have to keep doing that every time. Because you know how in Foot Champs, if you qualified and you won and you reached a certain level, you were just in the Foot Champs again next.
That's true.
This time you had to qualify every single time. But you only have to win like 5 or 6 matches. Yeah. So it's the
And then when you qualify, that's what, 30 games?
Yeah. So the layout has changed. But
yeah. That's a lot of freaking FIFA, dude.
Dude, yeah, but people quit. So you don't really play like a lot.
That's true.
If your team is good.
¿Tú qué opinas, Moy?
I don't know. I don't really play video games like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Jose's always on. Jose Bautista's always on.
Yeah.
He's always playing.
Yeah, he's always playing.
Yeah, we're always playing, literally.
Hey, on the Essential team, like, these are funny questions that I've heard. Like, if you had a sister, which one of those guys would you not let date your sister?
That's funny. That's a good question.
I don't know. Probably Jose Bautista.
That's funny.
No shot.
Hey, who's the quickest one on the team?
The quickest, like fastest?
Yeah.
Probably Enrique. We have a player named Malachi. He goes to PC North. He's pretty fast. He's tall. He's like 6 foot.
All right.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
If you had to give the last-minute free kick, David Beckham against Greece, to qualify for the World Cup on that team, who would you give it to?
I'd give it to Enrique.
Enrique?
Yeah.
Nice, Enrique.
Enrique or Jose?
I saw Enrique's free kick that he had against Southeast.
Yeah.
I was interviewing somebody, and they were like, beep. And I turned around and I'm like, who's taking the free kick? Enrique. It's like, wouldn't it be funny if he scored it right here while we're interviewing? And he bangs it in. That was funny.
I don't think I've ever seen this free kick.
Hey, Southeast had a free kick too.
Did they?
Yeah, it went over the keeper, I think. over the Santa Fe keeper.
You went to the game?
Yeah, I was at the game.
How did the game look, bro?
I mean, honestly, no hate to my Santa Fe players, but I went in there going for Southeast just because of my boy Jose. But I definitely knew Santa Fe would take it just because.
Because we knew that they were different.
Yeah.
And from the beginning, dude, just right off the gates, just going off that cross. Y ya de ahí como que cambió un poco el partido. And so Southeast looked really good at the end of the first half.
Yep. They picked it up.
They did pick it up.
I think Southeast just had to have just taken care of the easier stuff that they needed to do, which is like obviously be super mindful of no hands in the area. Obviously, when you're playing the game, you have to be like focused in what's going on. And
what does that mean, no hands in the area?
Oh, they got a PK. But the reason they got a PK is because two Southeast players clashed. So it's like if you're completely focused on what you're doing and like, you know, you hit me out or whatever, like stuff like that doesn't happen, you know? And then you don't concede 3 minutes in by like via a cross or something.
Easier said than done though. You're playing against some.
But if you take how do I say this? Like if you take care of the easier things that you can control, those harder ones are less likely to happen. You know, because you go down to the half 1-1. That's a whole different game. You know, if you take care of those two other ones, because their other goal that they scored was a brilliant goal, right? But like that set piece, that long, like you had to take care of that too. You know, and the same thing for Santa Fe. Santa Fe keeper should have controlled that, you know, free kick that they did, but
things happen.
Everything's happened, yeah, and especially with the scenery, like all those people that were there, that can definitely get to a player where it's just like, oh damn, this is like a massive moment.
Did you get flashbacks when you guys lost the
finals? Yeah, because like literally was the same recipe. Yeah, it's just like a South Side final, and everybody was like hyped because it's like, oh look, it's like we're the two best teams in the state, and we're playing against each other. But we played at OU. Yeah, their field was amazing. It was. I honestly would have loved for these guys to play on a field like that instead of Taft. I personally, myself, I don't like Taft. I think it's super bouncy. I don't think there's like I don't know. For me, it's not really like a pitch, dude. It's not.
It's a field. To me, I'm just like, put me on any field. I don't care. We're all playing on the same field.
I think if you're gonna play at a certain level. This is why he
doesn't play at Western too. The fields are bad.
Bruh, if you're gonna play at a certain level like that, like it's the final, you got to go all out with like. Go out with the bang, basically.
Just wait until the stadium gets built. I think that's where the finals will be held at.
Are they still making the MLS stadium? Do you know?
It's a multi-purpose stadium, not an MLS stadium. Okay. So it's like a stadium that's going to have multiple uses. So it'll be for football, rugby, soccer,
concerts
and whatnot. And I think it is coming for sure that it's coming. But I think there's still a few things that they don't know where. Like, where is it going to be? And I'll ask you, if they asked you, Moy, where's the multi-purpose stadium? Where do you want it? They have, I think it's across from Harkins, Wheeler Park, where the Ferris wheel is, but on the other side of the river, or at the farmer's market just there on Exchange.
Honestly, I'd go with in front of Harkins.
In front of Harkins?
Yeah, just because it's like
prime location. Yeah. Prime, right next to the river. Get to go watch that, a baseball game, go to Harkins.
Watch some Thunder.
Some Thunder, yeah. There you go.
Oklahoma is becoming a very big city. What we talked about, where it's like the 20th biggest city now.
We made top 20 largest city. That is insane.
And then a lot of that's going to help the soccer community in the aspect of like all the, you know, new fields popping up and all, like with some of those resources that you have, like, do you use them? Like, have you been to the futsal courts, or have you been to like, you know, all those like new fields that they built? Like, I know when we played, or when I played, we were playing at Jackson.
I'm not that old, bro. Like,
well, I'm just saying,
different caliber. Like when we played, when I played, like we're two different levels.
I mean, there's like, you know, new generation, old generation, and then just like older. My man,
hey, bro, I've interviewed people older than me, so be careful.
But when we played, like the fields weren't as good, but like now. Like Fields and Futures, kudos to them. They've like taken it to a whole other level. Like, you know, level playing fields, like great fields, great futsal. Have you taken those resources and like actually like done the most with them?
Yeah, well, actually, there's a field up in downtown. It's
Together Square.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
The one
about?
with turf.
Yeah, the turf one where
Okay.
y'all host y'all's tournaments.
Mhm.
Yeah, that field is dope.
Is it like you just go for the pickup games or what?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people, and we like run 5v5s.
Do you organize something or is it just like Friday night?
I think it's
let's
just show up and play.
It's just every day afternoons, like 6, 7.
Especially like right now in this
Every day?
weather.
Yeah,
It's
Every
perfect,
day
dude.
late,
That's
yeah.
probably my other spot that I think is perfect, and I think is a little what's the word that you under something, not under whatever it is. The two fields by the skate park, the two courts by the skate park.
the ones they just built?
Yeah, those.
On
are-
Robinson?
Yes, I think that one's a really prime location, just because there's two back to back right next to each other, and it has that street vibe, being under the bridge and all
Yeah.
that stuff. For a little carnita asada, you know.
Bro, basketball be getting lit down there.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Basketball be getting crazy.
that place would be clutch to have a little tournament at.
And I don't know if y'all seen this starting to make new parks, like extend the park in downtown.
They have, so there's
Yeah.
going to be two
Yeah.
futsal courts there and an outdoor pitch at the south park of Scissortail Park.
That's insane.
I've gone and take pictures of it, and they already had the concrete laid out, and I wouldn't be surprised if they already have the sidings for the futsal court out there already. Right off, you know how you cross the bridge?
Yep.
Derechito right from there. They're
Right on
going to have
Robinson?
futsal court, and then on the right, they're going to have other stuff in front of the Esencial Latina. That whole spot right there is going to be so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. They're going to renovate it.
Yeah.
And then after that, where is it going to lead to?
Mm-hmm.
The park on Robinson, Calle 25. So
It's
it's
gonna keep growing.
it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
But there's for Essential. There's a lot of guys that play in a lot of different schools, right? But what's like the one centralized school where like there's like 3 or 4 players here?
Santa Fe South.
Santa Fe. There's a lot of Central players there.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 there.
He had named them all and everything too.
Cause wasn't there a guy that played up in like Reno? Is there?
Oh, Reno? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy that plays out there, right? That kid's
Yeah.
pretty good. But then it's just like, I mean, when it comes to like El Reno, they're not really a big school for soccer.
Shout out to the head coach at El Reno, Gabby.
Shout out to him. Yeah,
Gabriel.
we gotta have him on.
We will.
But yeah, having kids that play at a high level and like go to a high school together can definitely be, like we see now, beneficial. So I think that
Look at all the kids that Norman North is basically all Celtic.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's that's just consistency.
Hmm.
Like it's gonna be like playing year round, like because people don't see it from the outside. Like high school soccer is like 5 months, and you're trying to get like
For some schools, because others it's year round.
Yep.
but you can't do year round.
You can't.
Yeah,
But they do.
Well, yeah,
Some find other ways of could you not tryouts right after the season's over?
Yeah.
Like programs, like they have. It's you might say 5-6 months, but in reality, some people take all the juice out the.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, like
For
for like legal purposes, it's 5 months.
Mhm.
And some people are, or some kids and some players and whatever, they just play for those 5 months and they take off. I'm like, this is the problem. It's just like you're expecting to have the end result of years worth of work in 5 months.
So as a head coach, what are you doing different for your Bishop McGinnis?
As some of the steps that I've taken now is just like, hey, make sure that you guys are working together. Like, obviously I can't be there to like coach you through, you know, your ISA games or whatever, but make sure you guys are taking it from like exceeding the pitch, like not just playing, you know, for high school for like 90 minutes and that's it. You know, like make sure that you guys, when the season's over, one, work on yourself. Like, what did you do wrong during the season? Fix that. What are your strong suits? Make them even stronger, right? But the biggest thing that, to me, in my aspect as a coach, soccer has to deal with is like your team. Like, if your team is solid and like everybody's like, you know, backing each other up, there's nothing you really can't defeat, you know? If you guys have like this brotherhood, like, you know, you guys are comrades in what you do, I think you can move mountains, to be honest. So it's just like, but that comes with like playing at ISA, and then like when you play at ISA, it's like the biggest. It's like, hey, what are we gonna do after? What's the move? You know, and then there you start like picking up not just teammates but like family. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we did. We were like, you know, hey, ISA, Western, whatever. Now what do we do after? You know, exceed the like, oh, just soccer. Let's just do soccer, and that's when we meet people. You know, like, hey, we'll just talk to Moy like now. Like, no, later on, what can Moy do with us? Like, what can we do? And the more you connect as a team, I think the better for you it is. Because, like, Santa Fe, that's why they're so good at what they do. Because they are exceeding the high school team limits. Like, they do crazy stuff together. They have team dinners, have this, and that. And I think everybody on that team will, like, basically die for each other, right? And that's like the route you have to take to be a successful team. Because PSG, never going to be successful. Those guys will not die for each other. Like, those guys are superstars. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think, Moy?
I agree on that. There's too much good players.
There is a lot of good players. What would you, like, having gone through now being your senior season, like, if you could have done anything different, what would you have done? Or what advice do you have for those that are
That's a good question.
going through it? Like, not their senior season. Maybe going into their senior, their junior, their sophomore, their freshman.
Definitely keep your grades up.
Keep your grades up.
Grades are important.
Well, that is important.
Yep.
Because when it comes down to, like, those colleges that you want, if you're a good player but don't have the grades, if you have good grades and you're a good player, it's a lot easier for you to go where you want to go. So definitely.
That's why they call it student athlete. Student comes first and then athlete.
Yep. For coaches, it's very much easier to be like, oh, Ricardo is a great player, but he has, D's and F's. And Moy's a great player, and he has A's and B's. Moy's more likely to get an academic scholarship.
But I'm more likely to take it down the line and score.
Yeah. But, so, like, people don't see as some coaches are like, what's my investment here? So, like, I have to give Ricardo more of a soccer scholarship because he's not getting anything else. So it's like, this guy's going to get this amount, so that leaves you with nothing, right? So it's like, if kids are able to keep their grades up and, like, really work with school, like you're saying, be a student first, you're more likely to just, like, get that academic scholarship, then also get a soccer scholarship, and then get your whole school paid for. But some of these kids, that's kind of just, like, their main focus is just soccer. And grades are, like, D's and F's, and gotta pick that up. So that's great that you have that type of mindset when it's like, I'm a student athlete, but I'm a student first. Yeah. That's great to have.
Anything else?
I was gonna ask you earlier, what do you think about USA in the World Cup?
I think they're gonna do good too.
I told Ricardo before, I think they surpass Mexico. I think they make it farther than what Mexico has, just because they have like that little.
Just because he doesn't like Mexico, that's it.
It's not that I don't like Mexico. It's just they're not having a good year. But I think USA has like that chip on their shoulder. I think they have something to prove, and it's just like because nowhere else in the world is it called soccer. Nobody's like, oh, the U.S. is not. Like, U.S. is like, oh, okay, then we'll go show you in the World Cup. And they missed the one last year, or not last year, but they missed the last World Cup. Yeah. So they're like, they're out there. They're going out there.
I think they're going to go out there, and it's going to be a big stage, and, they're going to have just too much of a stage for them. I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, anything can happen. But I don't know. We'll see. What do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know. The World Cup is different. Like, any team can win. It's just like playoff games, district games. Like, any team could win.
It's a great example.
I don't know. Those big stars might turn into big stars too.
Yeah, because, a lot of those guys play in Champions League. A lot of those guys play in the big leagues in Europe. So, like, they've been to big stages, but not obviously the World Cup. But I don't know. I'm telling you, those guys have something to prove. And when somebody has something to prove, those guys are dangerous.
Yeah, that's true.
But people are dangerous.
But for kids that haven't been to the World Cup, they get there to the World Cup, and the night before they can't sleep. They got the boo-boos because they're nervous. Like, all that stuff adds up too. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. World Cup years are always exciting. I remember I would always take the whole summer off. I'd watch every single game. And I don't know what time do the games are going to...
now the games are going to be... I just saw this too.
It's in November. It starts at the end of November.
It's going to be 4 a.m., 7 a.m., 10 p.m., and then 1 p.m. is the last game.
No, 4 or 5 games in a day?
Yeah, but they're like 4 a.m. Like, the first game is at 4 a.m. every single time.
So they play sometimes 2 play at the same time?
So. No, it's going to be like...
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
Is that because it's hot or...
I think it's also the time.
I think it's also the time differences that we've had.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Qatar is, I think
6, 7, 8, 9,
something like that. Let me see.
We're just gonna say 9-hour difference, but we don't check facts here.
We don't really check facts. But I literally looked it up because I was like,
what time is it right now in Qatar? And while he's looking, one of my goals on my bucket list is to go to a World Cup game one day.
The World Cup game?
Yeah.
Probably in the next World Cup.
Definitely, hands down.
It's coming here to USA.
8 o'clock.
It's at 8 o'clock right now. So it's
8-hour difference.
8-hour See, I almost had it.
There you go. Almost there.
The thing about the World Cup coming to the USA, the one thing I'm curious is how expensive these tickets are going to be, considering that everybody's going to want one.
Yeah, that's true.
This one's a little bit different from everybody because it's a big market.
Yeah.
You can't go to poorer countries and charge them the same price you would charge someone like us. I think here it's just going to be astronomically expensive, like more than the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be wild.
My biggest thing is how are they gonna like you know how the person who or the country that holds the World Cup is like automatically in. Does that mean like the U.S., Mexico, and Canada are automatically in?
Not that they're automatically in, but we get an easier bid for those tickets, so we have an easier access to those tickets.
No. I'm talking about like to play in the World Cup.
Yes, all three of them automatically qualify.
That's weird, no?
It is. It's gonna make the CONCACAF something weird because then that's gonna leave a fewer slots for them. But
Yeah. It's odd because like I mean, wouldn't this be the first time that 3 countries host at the same time?
yeah. That's the first time that more than one. Well, I think Korea.
It'd be a
was
continent, right?
Mm-hmm.
A continent.
It's a North American
That's insane.
World Cup.
But yeah, I was just like looking at this. So the first game is Senegal versus the Netherlands, 4 a.m. Then England plays Iran at 7 a.m. And then Qatar plays Ecuador
Prime time.
at 10 a.m. And then the last one is the 1 p.m. slot, which is
that's crazy.
USA to be determined.
If you had to give the Ballon d'Or to a player, like who are you giving it to this year?
I mean, Karim Benzema.
Hands down.
Yeah. Even though I don't go for Real Madrid or nothing.
Nah, but he's had a crazy.
Who do you
year.
support in Europe?
In the Europe League, I go for Barcelona all the way.
Nice.
Even though they're not really having a good season.
Great season. I think they had a good
They're young
season.
kids, though.
They came up.
They
once
came up.
They got the new manager
Mm-hmm.
team.
Because he had only lost a few games, and it was just towards the end. But to get to where he had gotten,
Yeah.
Xavi did a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what moves he moves, because I heard Gavi might be making a move to Liverpool.
What?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about the FC Barcelona is in the depth and they're letting players play at the stadium for $300?
What?
Something like that, yeah.
They're charging the players?
Yeah,
to play?
they're charging anybody to play in the stadium
Oh, so that you can go and kick around at the
Yeah.
stadium. Oh, that's tight.
just because they're in the big
That's how
depth.
bad it is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a list of like teams that were not in depth, and I think PSG was one. Obviously, City was another, and then Leicester City was another team that wasn't in depth. But like everybody else, like Inter,
On the
Real, Milan.
Can you imagine
everybody.
how hard it is to run a soccer business? I was watching the Sunderland special on Netflix, and it kind of gave me just a little glimpse of how hard it is to keep the finances. And then when you don't have enough money to get the players that you want, you're really like stuck to like, well, we only have 500,000. Like, let's see what strikers are on the market for 500,000, and it just turns into a whole conglomerate.
Whole other shebang, dude.
Listen to this. I was talking to the Kit Man yesterday. He's going to be the episode before this. And one of the questions we asked him was how different it is now being at Seattle Sounders compared to when he was at Detroit, the USL team. And he said one of the biggest differences, like, if somebody at Seattle Sounders goes and works out and he needs an extra shirt, he'll be like, Kit Man, I need an extra shirt. And won't even think about it, hand it to him. But when you're at the lower league levels, the budget isn't as big. Like, you might only just get one shirt. You know what I mean? If you sweat it out and you want another one, we don't have another one. You know,
Go watch it.
Finances, dude. That's
crazy.
it
Dude.
makes me think a lot about what the energy situation that happened. You know, it's a tough choice to make, but you know, they had to cut the season because they weren't going to have those fields accessible to them. So we'll see. I want to see them back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
They have a year gap, right?
That's what they say. So we'll see. I think I don't know anything, to be honest with you. I'm just going off of it. But they get to renew the permission to play at a certain field cada 2 años.
Mhm.
So this one they kind of had their hands tied. But I haven't spoken to anybody. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't take my word for it, because if you are, then you're in bad shape. But we'll see. Hopefully they come back.
So you're a coach for Bishop McGuinness,
Bishop
right?
McGuinness, yeah.
What was your best moment this season?
That's a great question.
That is a good question. I don't even know this one.
Did you already know this one?
I said I didn't know this one. It's probably when they made playoffs, maybe.
Yeah, because I think we really had a rough start. Obviously, being a first-year coach is one of those things where it's just like, like my biggest thing was I don't want to be too harsh with like expectations, but then I don't want to set expectations super low. You know, like I don't want, like now I am setting expectations like very high. Like, you know, this is what you're going to do. If you don't like it, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I was like, oh, first year, young coach. I'm like going to be like, hey, you do this or you don't like it. They're going to be like, you get out, you know? Like now there's like a little bit more like knowledge of how the school works and stuff like that. I'm going to definitely set standards higher. So rough start to our season. Rocky starts. We don't lose by a lot, but we lose. I mean, we did have some dogs on the beginning of the season. Like we played like Broken Arrow, 6 state champs from last year. We played, certain teams that were like, oh, these are good guys, because our schedule was aligned with the girls' schedule, and the girls obviously now are state champs. They had to play decent teams. That meant like we had to play decent teams. But then like making it and like just seeing the growth of the team from point A to point B, that's kind of like the best thing that I think for myself has been like that moment where it's like, oh, we did all right. We lost in the first round to Eisenhower, but it was just like the grit and the determination that those kids had. And el fútbol es así, like you lose some and you win and you lose. And that's a game where we didn't deserve to lose, but you lose. And that's kind of what I told the kids. Just like that's literally sometimes how some of these games go. You deserve to win, but you still lose. And that's how football is. And if you don't like that, don't play football.
What about you, man? What was your best part of the season?
Probably making playoffs after we were down 0-3. We had to win every game after that to make it to playoffs.
It was a different team then, huh?
Yeah,
different kind of grind, different level.
And there was tough teams like ahead. Like we had to play Westmore. They were pretty good.
They're a good team.
We had to play them. We had to play Moore High School. We also had to play Capitol Hill, which was a good game to us just because it's always a rival. Like no matter what Grand.
No matter if they're 9-0 or 0-9, like that's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, like us, Southeast, and Capitol Hill is always a rival.
I think it's always the Southside schools that always are like.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows each other.
Who would you say is your biggest rival school?
Well, this year was probably Southeast. And somehow we went to that field, did our thing, and came out.
That sucks. Like, cause I remember when we played, our biggest rival was Grant. Like, when we played against like Caleb. We played against like some of these guys that are complete ballers in college and stuff. And we played them, and we had never actually lost to Grant at that point. Like, we played them in friendlies, we played them in like tournaments, and we had never lost. And then we left, and then Grant, like, their program went from like something that wasn't super great to like, whoa. And I think that definitely has to deal with like a lot of, support from the school or like, coaching and all that good stuff. So I think schools need to take a look at that, because some schools don't even know, like, these state champs that are state champs don't get the recognition that they get from their own schools. You know what I'm saying? And schools have to like see, hey, because we are in the United States. So like, football, basketball run the school, departments. Like they run them. Like most of the funds go to the basketball or football programs. Schools need to understand that soccer is surpassing these sports when it comes to like, championships and like kids playing and this and that. And I think Grant's going down the right path. Santa Fe's like, they're the trailblazers. They're like, this is like, we love soccer. This is what we do. Yeah. And then so like, it's kind of affecting others. So I see where you're talking about the rivalries, but it's good that you had it against Southeast, because Southeast is a good squad. Yeah, they're a great squad.
They have a good team.
All right.
Who was your rival whenever you played?
It was Santa Fe
back in 1950.
Santa Fe South.
Yeah? Was Santa Fe like even a thing back then?
In the 50s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out there.
But it really was Santa Fe?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's quality. Did you guys like beat them or no?
No. We would always play against them in the playoffs, and they would always be the second round.
But why was it Santa Fe? Like, was it just like
because they would kick us out in the playoffs.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So whenever it happened the first time, like for me, they had a target on their back, and any other game before then, it didn't matter. Just that's right there.
That's the one.
Yeah, like we would lose that game, and then I remember the next day we're just hitting the weights with their name on the bleachers, so that we would never forget. It was very motivating, dude. Like that in that time, that was good times, dude. Just always just soccer. That's the only thing that mattered, was soccer, and soccer. That's when I ate, slept, and dreamed soccer all day. Now I do it on a podcast.
I got a question. Whenever you played, was there like any turf fields at the time?
Nah, I think Taft was turf.
Taft was still.
I'm not that old. Not that old.
Not that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
Because I know Capitol Hill had grass.
Capitol Hill at 2010 might have had turf.
No, they didn't. Because they started getting turf whenever
Well, then I stand corrected. But yeah.
Because I was in high school and we couldn't play at Spiegel. I think it was like freshman year or sophomore year.
Because they were getting it put in.
Because they were getting it put in. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Where do you see like the state of soccer in Oklahoma right now?
I mean, I don't think it's very high, just because there's not really as many teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever we play, we gotta go out of state every time we play,
Mhm.
because there's no that much competition here.
Mm. It's funny you say
Yeah,
that.
it's very. I think it's very low.
Yeah. If you had to name like the top 5 fields to play or courts to play, places to play for you in Oklahoma, what would you pick?
I'd definitely go with Norman North. Their
Okay.
grass field, Mustangs field too. I liked.
And this is yours personal, like
Yeah,
it
this is
doesn't have
my.
to be in
Yeah,
general.
okay. Taft,
Taft, that's 3.
just because it's big and wide. I'm trying to think.
I think that's 3. What about you, Paolo? What you're thinking of your
Yeah.
last 2?
I surprisingly like Spiegel. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great, but I mean it gets the job done. I think for the years it's been played on by everybody.
It's so wild, man. I
Dude.
can't stand listening to you sometimes.
What do you mean? But like what it's gone through, like everybody plays there. Capitol Hill plays there. We play there.
Mm-hmm.
Grants play there. Like they for
So that's one.
for the wear and tear that field takes.
Uh-huh.
It's got to be up there. Norman North is pretty good. I've been there, and it's been good for a while actually. I like playing at Jefferson, like pickup games.
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson's pretty cool. The middle school, they have a nice little field, and dude, that's it for me.
I get your mind. Taft was 1. 2 was the fields up here on Lake Overhoser. West Side Soccer Club. There are some fields right there, like Lake Overhoser on 10th Street. The Western fields.
No
my top.
shot.
Yes, they're up there for me.
Bro.
What other ones are up there for me?
I forgot to say Weisenhut.
Regal Park, the park up here on 15th Street, Southwest 15th, under the dome. There's like 15 fields out there. What's it called? Rotary Park.
Okay.
That one's top for me too. That's 4. I can't come up with 5. But that's 4 right there.
Weisenhut's pretty good.
Weisenhut.
Yeah.
Yeah, también.
They're really nice. You know which ones are those?
Yeah.
The
I've
ones-
never gotten to play there, so I can't add it onto my list.
All right, it's nice. I've never played there, but like having practiced there, like seeing all the little kids practice and all like the older kids, it's just like we're going down the right path. Because like if you give kids the right tools to do it, I think kids can like really see. But then there's also that like sometimes kids don't see that because like for us it was very different. Like I feel like because we had such bad playing grounds, we were like we love soccer, let's keep doing it, whatever, let's see the growth. Now kids have the growth, so it's just like, are they gonna do anything else to exceed that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if you understand. Well, for us it's just like we want to keep playing so the game keeps growing, right? But the game has already grown to a certain point. Do you think like the new generation of soccer players, do you think they will like do anything else? Or the better question is, what do you think the new generation of soccer players should do to keep the game growing?
Honestly, just keep playing.
Yeah.
And then just by playing, you can sometimes put yourself out there as long as you're pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
And we kind of talked about this a lot. Like we think social media has has been crucial and vital for kids to be able to like show off their talent. Because like when we played, social media was just kind of like.
No, there wasn't any Instagram accounts for people. And I think we, with the Futbol Factory Instagram account, started that. So how has the social media impacted the high school scene for you guys? I don't really usually see Grant posting as much as everyone else, but how is that from your perspective? Like getting to see every high school with an Instagram account, having the Futbol Factory, sharing those, like it's kind of like a sub community in Instagram. Like if you play high school soccer, you should be following these accounts just to see how everyone's doing. But hearing it from you, like what's it like?
I mean, I like it because, like I'm saying, like it's a community page, right? So wherever, like, let's say y'all share like someone's post, like everybody sees it as long as like they're following y'all, and that's pretty good because then you put yourself out there and everybody starts to know you. Like, oh damn, he goes to this and this school. And
let me ask you this then: what could we do different? How could we do our job better?
Honestly, I like how y'all go to like games and stuff and start. Actually, y'all post people. That's pretty good. I don't think there's any better.
So I'm hearing one from you. Go to more games because we didn't really go to much. I only went to like 2.
Yeah.
So we could definitely go to more games. I was telling Paulo how I would love to be able to go to every high school and be able to take pictures, like have like a media day where I can have pictures of all the players, then have a profile of the Grant team, of the Bishop team, Southeast team. And then while I'm there, I can follow you guys for practice and then put the button on top. We'll record a podcast here too, get the coach and a couple players. Like have a full experience, because that would allow me to have more ammo for when I needed to put more content out. You know what I'm saying? Because then it'd be like almost thinking about it like a sports center kind of thing for these high school kids. But then taking the exact same concept and then doing it for college too. And then
have you thought about club doing like?
Yeah, and take another step further. Club too. Club is a little different. I don't know why, and it probably shouldn't be, but it's more of like, it's not a business for those places. But everyone seems to be pretty competitive. Yeah. And the deal is, if I did it for one club, I would have to do it for all of them, because I don't want to show favoritism. That would be the last thing I want to do, and that's why I don't post a lot of the tryouts for clubs and all this other stuff, because I don't ever want anybody to think that I'm not posting about them on purpose. And I get that sometimes from even high schoolers, like, hey, you're not going to post about our game, or you guys are biased because you guys didn't go to our state final game. When in reality, like, we all have lives. I have kids and I have stuff to do, so I can't necessarily go to work all day and then go to your soccer game and then yours tomorrow and then the next one. Yeah. But there's going to be a way. We're figuring it out. But that's good to hear from you. Like, what do you think about those ideas? That'd be fire, right?
Yeah, that would be dope.
Crazy, huh?
Especially them college players, and y'all go watch them.
And then think about it. The high school players that watch their content on our page start watching college content. That opens their eyes to colleges that play soccer. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking out loud now, too. Whenever I get to share like this, my mind, I just start thinking of more stuff like that. But that's... for real, that's honestly a plan.
That's probably your next step.
Honestly, and then if you ever go out, just keep sending stuff to the Football Factory. I'll share anything that gets posted on there. And I don't know, dude, there's like, through soccer, there's so much that can be done. Yeah. Like, look at us now. We're sitting on a podcast because of it. The Instagram account. Now, the high school has Instagram accounts. And then the clubs, I think it's like all putting a little bit of water on a seed that we all just want to turn into a tree kind of thing. I don't know. That's just me and my wacky thoughts, bro.
I have a question. If you weren't playing soccer, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't playing soccer?
Baseball. He looks like a baseball guy. You played baseball?
Nah, I've never played baseball before. I don't know. Probably not football to get tackled.
You don't have any other hobbies besides soccer?
Yeah. Nah, I don't.
No, it's just soccer?
Just soccer.
Prefiero el fútbol.
That's fair.
What about you? What would you be doing if it wasn't soccer?
That's a great question, dude. I have no idea. Like, soccer has been like literally the one thing in my life that's been constant. Yeah. Like playing elementary, playing middle school, playing high school, playing in college, and then going from college to coaching.
Imagine the days you stop.
Imagine if you never even picked up a soccer ball.
I mean, we'd pick up something else.
But what?
I mean, you'd pick up playing video games, obviously.
No, I would not. Not for my life. Yeah. Like, I like it for my leisure.
But it's not even leisure anymore. It's your life for you now.
What, soccer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't sit down and think about a time where I was just like, I don't want to go do that.
I'm not playing soccer.
Like, I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. to watch the Premier League.
You ever get injured?
But I do.
Have I ever got injured?
Yeah. Like enough to where it put you down for like 6 weeks, a month, 3 months, 4 months.
Nah. I mean, I broke my wrist this season, but I just kept playing through it.
How important has soccer been for you in your life, bro?
It's big because it's a big motivation in my life. I feel like it. I mean, it's what keeps me like. I feel like for some people say like it keeps you happy. I mean, that's true, because without playing soccer, like what else would you be doing? And I know people don't want to be working 24/7 like a job. Like, you gotta have something to, like, you know, make you happy. And I think that makes me happy. Playing soccer, yeah.
Has soccer been like a cultural thing for you, or like some people are like, they play soccer but their parents are like baseball players or basketball players? Like, does your dad play? Does he watch? Does your mom play? Does she watch? Or brothers or anybody?
Yeah, all my brothers watch soccer, and my dad, he grew up playing soccer and he became a ref.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom's just like, that's boring.
She just rolls with it.
She just supports.
Where are your parents from?
My parents, they're both from San Luis Potosí.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Even though I've never been to Mexico, I want to go to Mexico.
Yeah. You see yourself?
About to see.
That's the dream, huh? To be able to go down there, San Luis.
Yeah, I was thinking too whenever my senior year came, going over there and trying out
Mm-hmm.
for like MX team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the ability to go and come back?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you should, bro.
Yeah, I should.
Honestly, for anybody that can, you have to.
Just
Because
do it. Just try it out.
I just came back from Mexico and I was having this conversation with my wife, and it feels so weird how comfortable I feel being out there. And it's weird because here you see quite a few Mexicans, donde quiera. But whenever you go and you're in a city where there's millions and thousands, different colors, shapes, sizes, goths, de todo ves, different hairstyles. It's weird how comfortable I feel out there. I see I could wear whatever I wanted to without. It's weird. That's something I'm still trying to unpack myself. But if you can, you definitely should go. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Just being out there, just to see where your parents come from, just to understand all that stuff. It's just, it's a hard reset for me is what it is, because I come back motivated, ready. That's weird, dude. But you should definitely take it up, man.
Have you been to Mexico?
I have not. I don't have the privilege of being able to go and come back. I'm a DACA recipient, so I would be able to go, but then they'd be like, you gotta stay there.
He's working on it. Don't worry.
I'm working on it. Certain paths that I need to take to get there. But no, yeah, for sure. I think, like Ricardo was saying, I think if you have the ability and you have the desire to do it, why not give it a try? I remember when we played against Leon, whenever the Leon U23 came out, that was a great experience because you're able to we trained every day, hardcore training. It was the best training that I've ever had. I was in the best shape of my life. My thighs were massive because we did so many band work.
Best shape of my life. My thighs massive.
My thighs we did a lot of band work on las bandas, and you just working hard. And then
they came.
And then we played them, and we were actually beating them. But it's an exhibition match. So then the half ends, we're up 2-0, I think, and then we get subbed off, and then they bring on the younger guys, and the younger guys lose 3-2. So it's just but being able to play with someone who lives and breathes that for their life, it's just a great experience. And I think that if you have the ability and you have the desire to do it, why not go out and try it?
You got a passport?
Yeah, I got a passport.
Bro,
all the best things. Stars are aligning.
Find a ride to Dallas, and you can fly from Dallas to Mexico City for $200 round trip, $250 round trip. That's it.
Tickets got very cheap when COVID hit.
You have to figure out where you're flying from, because if you try to do it from Oklahoma City, it's expensive. So I always like to sacrifice a 3-hour drive to save $500.
Yeah, it's not 500. It's another extra $200, $300.
And then you add on the gas cost, the food cost, and all that jazz.
Well, you got to take you take
me. I'm different. I'm taking 4. I got 2 kids and my wife.
Yeah.
So if somebody needs to use the restroom, I'm spending $50 at the gas station.
Damn. Because then they want snacks and they want this and they want that. Yeah.
Nah, but si puedes, definitely, dude. Hands down.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna regret it. And it's one of those things that right now you're in between your senior season, your college season, after that, kind of life starts to get real serious. And before you get stuck at a job that isn't going to give you enough vacation time, just jet, bro. Jet.
For real. Soak it all out until, then you're going to get to the point where we have to work every day and then try to schedule in some soccer.
This guy's been so depressed because he moved into a 9 to 5. He's been dreading it. Because what he used to do is he'd go into work at 9.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't start working until 11.
Yeah.
And then when he starts working at 11, he would leave at 1 or 2 to go high school training, and then he'd be a coach all day.
So I have to get there at 9. I get there at 9:05 just for the vibe.
Defiéndete, bro. Lie. Please don't agree with what I said.
And then I'm just vibing there, chilling there, getting my paperwork ready. Because the guy that I work with, he has to get the paperwork ready for me.
This guy.
Because I just have to deliver things. That was my job title at the beginning.
He thinks he's just a deliverer.
Because when I got hired, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you're the delivery guy." And do you think whenever UPS or FedEx, do you think they have to package the stuff, or no, they have to be able to do that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then so there's at our company there's the driver, there's the paper guy,
and
the guy that does all the
this guy's basically saying there's a driver and then there's a guy that does everything else.
Yeah, is there not?
And what sucks is that if his job is only driving, he still fucks that up. He still messes that up.
But yeah, I'd get there and I'd when the season was going on, I had I was creating content for us for the school and working on my roster, lineups and stuff.
And then piss me off, bro.
There's nothing else to do. There's I had to wait.
Don't ever tell me there's nothing to do. That's like when you get home and tell your parents, like, I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. Ah, sí, cabrón. Ahí están las vasijas, está tu cuarto, está la yarda, all this stuff. I feel like that whenever I ain't got nothing to do. Like, come on.
You wouldn't understand if you didn't work what we do, but yeah,
You're not helping yourself.
I'd work. I'd chill for till 10:30 and then bounce and then have to go deliver things. But like I said, I had to do the paperwork first, so I'd have to print all that stuff out.
Can you imagine, dude? You got to get there and click on a folder, get the paperwork, hit print.
Because I'm doing somebody else's job. You know, I'm doing somebody else's job. Yeah. Like I'm just a delivery guy. That's all I got to do. Like the pizza delivery guy. Do you think he makes your pizza?
Yeah.
No,
he probably does. Dude. No, he probably makes the pizza. And then
somebody makes the pizza. He picks the pizza up, delivers the pizza, and that's it.
Well, this guy, if he delivers your pizza, bro, you're gonna lose half of it.
This is true, depending on what it is, depending on what's on it. But I'm just saying that's just pick. If you can pick who you work with, pick the right person. Pick the correct person.
Yeah, because obviously he found someone that's gonna do everything for him. Sometimes he even goes out and delivers stuff for him too.
What? No shot. No, but yeah, no. My job has been very.
He's been very blessed, is what he's
very
trying to
blessed,
say.
Very blessed, yeah. Because
not a lot of jobs will allow him to do nothing and still stay,
and then still get paid.
How long have you been working there for?
How long has it been?
Since the beginning of the season. I'd say in December, so he's been there 6-7 months already.
Mm-hmm.
He's still trying to figure out what he's doing.
Because I wasn't training anything.
Yeah.
They were just, hey, you go do your thing, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I just all right, bet.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me I was trained?
Huh?
You gonna tell me I was trained?
Yeah, you were trained.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you have been trained, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have been.
We're
trained.
hospital beds, and all those setups.
You've been trained.
No
dude.
shot, dude.
Let's not do this, Paulo. Let's not do this, Paulo. It's not on there.
This is like me telling you, hey, go play keeper. Because you play center mid. I'm like, hey, go play keeper right now.
Hey, bro, if you're a good player, and eres sabio, y sabes lo que sabes, I can put you wherever I need to, and you'll do your job, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. I trust you, and I have faith that you're going to be a good goalie. And you're gonna do your shit.
No way. No shot. No way. There's things I would never even understand on how to do. I didn't even know how to set up a hospital bed. I didn't even know hospital beds were a thing. I thought they all just came together. I didn't know you had to piece them together.
Bro, are you a mechanic?
Nah.
Can you change your tire?
Probably. If I got the tools.
It took him a bit. He's like, if I say no on the podcast, I'm gonna look bad. He's like, no, yeah.
Nah, well, let's change the subject because I don't want this to be a whole bash on Paulo.
But long story short, I'm blessed. I'm blessed at where I work at, and we kind of talk a lot about soccer when it comes to that. So that's one of the big blessings that our job has brought us. We have ideas, and like we've said before, it kind of just all starts with the idea, So big things to come, hopefully, and we'll wait on that.
Do you have any questions for us, bro?
What positions did I play in high school?
I was a goalkeeper.
Oh, you were a goalkeeper?
Yeah. I was very.
You were good? You made it to the state finals?
I mean, yeah, my biggest thing is I don't like to say that, that when people say, oh, I'm good, it's just
he was trash.
Were you better than your brother?
That conversation always comes up. That conversation always.
It was better.
We play different styles. We play different styles.
Ask me who's better out of my two brothers.
Who's better?
Nani.
Me, hands down.
Nani.
Yeah.
Me, hands down.
Nani.
Hands down, me.
Nani.
What position did you play?
When I was playing in high school, it was Cam.
Cam.
Yeah.
Nani.
Did your
That's
brother
his opinion. He
also
played with my brother.
Oh, okay.
I didn't play with your brother.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah. Paulo doesn't like me, so.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just Nani was better. I'm just going to put that out there.
Y'all both played the same positions?
I think we played at different positions.
Oh, okay.
We played a little differently, but hands down, it was me.
So you know my brother?
Yeah, I've heard about him.
Yeah, he's...
What'd you hear about him?
I've seen him play before. He's a good keeper. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
But I didn't know his big brother was a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We actually, our mother was a keeper.
That's what I was gonna say. I think his mom was a keeper.
Yeah, our mom played, and then we kind of just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it, and then he fell in love with it. And our youngest one, he's all over the place, playing all the different sports. But
she was better than both of them.
She was better than both of us. But that conversation always comes up. It's just who is better. And I mean, we lived in different eras of soccer. That's one of my biggest things that I kind of use.
Hey, just own it. Just say you. Me.
I don't know.
Wow.
It depends on what kind of keeper you like. Like
The one that does stop goals, man. That's it.
what goes above that though? It's just like, do you like a keeper who can distribute? Do you like a keeper who's more commanding, more like has his back line in order? Like my brother's very good at distributing the ball. That's his thing. He can ping a ball pretty good. Played football, whatever. Right. Mine is more commanding. I'm very much like, this is my box. You do this, we do this, and we'll be fine. Like, so we play very differently, but it just depends on what you like as a player and as a coach. Like what kind of keeper you like. There's
Christian,
the position.
better keeper.
There's a position, but then there's a way to play the position.
Has to be Christian, bro. Christian's way better.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can distribute. He can
he's-
distribute the ball.
He's a state champ. I'm not a state champ.
There you go.
Well, I'm
Enough
a state
said.
champ. I'm a state champ now. But I wasn't
The assistant coach for the boys.
The girls.
The water boy.
Oh, you're the girl coach.
Yeah, so I'm the head coach for the boys and then the assistant coach for the girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But my brother did win in 4A. We didn't win 4A. But I can tell you, it was very different times. Like, we didn't have great players. We had some great players. We had some good players. And then we just didn't have, we didn't have a coach. We didn't have foundation. We didn't have anything.
This guy's just shooting shots left and right, bro.
Bro, but my brother, he grew up playing with, he had a good coach. He had Marco. He had, Josue, all these good guys that he played along with.
Yeah.
And that's just because, how much soccer growed. It's just when we played, it was just just random people playing soccer. But, now it's just, everybody's playing soccer. Everybody who's, everybody loves soccer, and they play it. And my brother was blessed to have such a good team, and they did what they did, and kudos to them, but different times, different keepers.
Any other questions, bro?
No.
So you played camp? How many goals and assists did you have?
I didn't count them, bro. It was too many. Never counted them, bro. I went to me and Pollo were the team duo, bro. It was like Mario and Mario right there.
What's Mario and Mario?
Goku and Vegeta right there. Luffy and Zoro.
Do you watch anime, dude?
Yeah, Goku, Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
You don't watch anime, do you?
I was about to go off on him for being
What
a
animes
nerd,
do you like to
but
watch?
then-
What animes do you like to watch?
Just Dragon Ball Z.
Just Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up watching it. That's why.
You watch the big one, and you don't need to watch any other one.
I've never watched any
Neither of
anime.
them?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Is that anime?
Yeah, it is one. Yeah.
That's about it.
Not one of the good ones, but yeah. Well, look, we'll leave it at that, bro. We're gonna stop the recording right there. Moi, bro, I appreciate you for coming on. If you have anybody that you want to send them over. Good luck at your All-State game.
Thanks.
I'm be looking forward to seeing how you did.
Are you gonna be there?
I don't know. You said it's on Wednesday?
It's on Thursday.
On
of next
Thursday
week,
in
yeah.
Tulsa?
Yeah.
Tulsa.
What about the other ones? It's Wednesday,
I think 5A plays the next day, Friday.
Friday,
They play the
June
10th. Yeah.
and the
That's
4A is...
I have no idea.
Dang, that's good, man. I'm going to have to figure something out. What time?
Well, my game is at 8.
At 8 in the
p.m.
night?
8 p.m. Yeah.
Maybe. If I ask nicely.
If I ask nicely.
All right, man. No, I'll try to.
Do you have any departing words for any seniors that are going into their season? Because their season starts now. Because everything is over. That's when your season starts. Don't wait till the end. But do you have any recommendations or any words of wisdom that you want somebody to hear?
Like the upcoming seniors?
Mhm.
That coming.
That team that you left behind at Grant.
Yeah. Come out your comfort zone. Definitely when you're playing the sport. Show out and don't be nervous. And really, it hits you when you're a senior, probably your last few games.
Those last few district games.
Yeah, those last few games. Yeah.
No, I don't even. It would hit me those playoff practices. That 1 week gap after district games, and it's just practice. Those are these are the last practices. What about you, Paulo?
Those practices are insane. Though. The 1 week gap that you have, to be able to play, you're just getting ready, mentally prepping, and
That's when you're walking around the hall, swagger all the way up. You're in playoffs.
Yeah, you're playoffs.
Don't talk to me.
I'm vibing right now. Don't give me no homework right now. Don't give me no homework.
Paulo walking around the hallways as getting ready for the state finals. How different was it walking the finals the day before and the day after?
The day before is just wow, we have never been here, and it's just we didn't have somebody to be hey, it's a game, just go out there and do what you got to do.
Come off that cloud.
Yeah, no, we didn't have anybody like that. It was just kind of it was everybody's first time, player-wise, the coaches weren't really coaches, so they didn't really have like that support that you needed. So it's just like I personally was just I rode with my headphones in, and that was about it. Like, and then you just played the game. There wasn't like any like motivation, like talk. You know, like there wasn't any talk like, hey, go out there, do what you got to do, this and that. There was not that. But like around the school, everybody was kind of like, oh yeah, you guys can do it. And like at that point, I'm just like, where were you guys at the beginning of the season? Like, you know, when we were.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Yeah, like where were you guys? You know, like you guys are here now at the state championship, but like.
We're at the same spot you were the next day, bro.
Yeah, and then the next day is just kind of like, hey, we did what we could. But words of wisdom to the seniors, just like you said, get out of your comfort zone. Like, you know, comfortable things are easy things, and easy things aren't good. Like, if you want something, it has to be hard. You know, like, if you truly want something, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy for you. So being versatile and growing and wanting to be better has to be that thing. Because, I mean, where did you guys lose? What round did you guys lose?
We lost the first round.
First round. So next year has to be, you know, got to make it to the second round or the third round or the fourth round.
Yeah, it's a tough district, man. Make it to playoffs first and then worry about it, man.
Yeah, but it's just like that has to be your goal, you know, to be better than what you were the year before. And that comes from being uncomfortable. Have to be uncomfortable. So great words. We're excited to see what you have, you know, planned for your future, and we're here to help you with anything that you need when it comes to that transition from high school to college, but we're here to support you.
Yeah, if you want to help us out for Sunrise Soccer, bro, hit me up.
All right, when does it start?
Starts on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. What
Tuesday,
time?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
So you can go get your 6 a.m. practice done, chill, rest for 4 hours, train again at 2 o'clock, get 2 a day. You know, Mamba mentality. But, well, if you've been listening to this podcast, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.